go ahead and get started. And we'll just record it, and I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll put the link to the recording in the group.
Fun. I'm Stephanie, and we are going to co-host all of the Coach Basic.
In the screen. No.
Anyway, so we're going to be co-hosting, and so I just want to start off by introducing me and who I am, and then Denny will do the same, and then we're going to go around, and I'm just going to kind of pick people as I see them on order of my screens. So first off, my name is Stephanie. I have been a coach since December. I was Augusta for about 10 months before I decided to fully commit and join. Personal trainer by trade and fitness specialist. So I've been in the field for like 12 years now, and I actually have recently quit my job. Not full time. My husband wanted me to, he wanted me to keep my foot in the door. So I do still work 6 hours just as like a backup security plan. But I actually was able to replace my part-time income within 3 months of becoming a coach. So my dream was to be home for the full 2 days that my husband was off work, because I was working one of those days that he was off. So we only had 1 day as a family, and to me that wasn't enough. So one of my whys was I wanted to be home as a family. And so I made that happen through Beachbody. Also through Beachbody, I found that I was able to help more people and reach more people. As a personal trainer, never able to say that I helped someone who's 5, 10, 15 pounds. And it had nothing to do with me as a trainer. It had everything to do with them as a client and not doing the things on their own. You know, you can be the best trainer in the world, but if somebody's not doing the work on their own, it doesn't matter how good of a trainer you are. And I've really found that these programs they're phenomenal. And I just can't get over how much they've helped people. You know, now I can say I've helped someone lose almost 50 pounds. And to me, that's like crazy. So I'm really excited. That's kind of my story. I actually I'm a diamond coach, which doesn't mean a whole lot, but it does mean that I have enough people below me that I've created my own team, which I think is really exciting. And it means I'm changing a lot of lives. So it's really exciting. And I'm excited to help you guys get to that same point. So I'm going to turn it over to Denny, and she'll introduce herself, and then we'll kind of go through the line.
Hi, I'm Denny. I became a Beachbody coach. It's been a year now. I didn't do much at first, but once I got going after the kids went back to school, I really fell in love with Beachbody because I do bikini competitions too. And after doing competitions and eating the same thing for 3 months, I didn't want to do that anymore. And I needed something that would still maintain my weight and and give me some flexibility. And that's when the 21-day fix, Marissa talked me into doing that. And I loved it. Within days, I was back at my stage weight. So I fell in love with the program, and it worked for me. It worked for everybody that follows through on it. So I fell in love with that. I live in Amherstburg. I'm a mom of twins, and I do this full time. I am a dental hygienist, but I gave that up long ago. And so now I just do this full time. And that's about it.
All right. I actually forgot. I'm a mom of 3. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I am a mom of 3 little girls, 6, 4, and 18 months. So I do have that going on too. So I forgot about that. Whoops. The whole reason I'm staying home. Anyway. All right. So let's go through the line. So Marissa is actually first on my little screen to pop up. So Marissa, if you could just give an introduction to yourself.
Hi, everybody. I probably should have said, so some of my coaches that are on here, if you're kind of confused, Denny and Stephanie are my personally sponsored coaches, and they are both in a position where they're moving into a leadership role. So they have agreed to lead Coach Basics in order to up their game as leaders. And I'm really excited for them to lead. So I think it's going to be awesome for everybody. I'm actually the founder of Team Aloha, which is like the bigger team that everybody's on, if you don't know that. So all like Team Malibu and what's your team name, Denny?
Enlighten
are like sub teams of Team Aloha. So I'm the founder of the full on team. And my first program was Insanity. I lost 25 pounds. You know, people started noticing. It became natural for me to share these programs with people. And I actually was on the infomercial for my results, and, I didn't realize what the opportunity was when I started. I didn't realize that I had the chance to replace my salary. I was working full-time as a nurse anesthetist at the time, doing anesthesia. And after 3 years, I replaced my 6-figure income. And now I do Beachbody full-time, and I work once a week as a nurse anesthetist just to keep my license active. That's pretty much about me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you are next on my list. You're muted. So there you go.
Hi, how are you? My name is Nick. I'm sorry, am I loud?
Just to me.
I'll try and whisper.
Perfect.
My name is Nick. I'm originally from Detroit.
Yeah.
There you go. And I live in Tampa now. I have one son. He's going to turn 14 in about a month and a half, and I am currently a student in the business administration program. I might switch to something as like finance or something more specific like that. And I had already been just thinking about getting myself into shape. And as I was doing research on the Beachbody programs, that's when I came across the opportunity for coaching. And I continue to do a lot of research for it. And I thought, why not just jump in with both feet at the same time? And I am a completely green virgin coach. I am just about to finish. I've just started my last week of my first 21-day fix program. Haven't missed any kind of workouts. I have not made any kind of cheats or anything on my meal plan so far. I followed exactly to the T. And I'm hoping for some good results and looking forward to actually joining in from day one for the next challenge group. And I'm just glad to be here, and I'm hoping to speak least and listen the most.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. All right. Next, I have Linda. You're next in line for me. So introduce yourself, please. Oh, wait, you're muted. Unmute yourself first.
How do we do that?
I got you.
Got it?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, everyone. How are you? I'm Linda. I started coaching under Marissa about 2 weeks ago. I connected with her through Instagram a few months ago. And I had completed P90X before my third pregnancy. And then that was a pretty horrible pregnancy. I gained so much weight. I was on bed rest. Like, everything that could go bad did, but I wound up with another healthy baby, which was great. And then after that, I still had all of the weight just stuck. So I started doing some P90X again, a little insanity, not following it too crazy and counting calories. And it was, most of the weight came off, and then I just plateaued. And then I was looking for something new, which is another reason why Marissa's posts and her Facebook page drew my attention. So I'm on my second week of the 21-Day Fix Extreme. I started my second week today. I've already lost 4 pounds, which is awesome. Thank you. And it's great. It's so simple. I don't have to calculate how many calories are in anything. And it is making me even more excited to spread the news and help out other people who I know are in the same boat that I was or am.
Did you take good before pictures and measurements?
I did, yes.
Okay, because you didn't send them to me.
I will.
Okay, no worries. Just wanted to make sure you got them.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited to learn from this basics group and to also be in the challenge that starts next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, and I live in New York.
I on that from your accent.
Yeah.
She found me from doing a feature on one of the Instagram pages. So that's how she was brought to me. Just FYI.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Linda.
Thanks.
All right. Jamie, you're next. So go ahead and just kind of introduce yourself and, why you became a coach and If you have another job, talk about that. If you have kids, let us know. Who are you, Jamie?
My name's Jamie Allen. I live in Harrison, Ohio. I'm 37 years old. I'm a married mother of 3 children. I work currently full-time as a registered nurse case manager at the Veterans Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been a nurse for close to 16 years now. I just finished my master's degree a year ago and just decided to become a coach. Stephanie got me involved in it. I had been on multiple different diets, Atkins, no carbs, Weight Watchers, you name it, I did it. But it seems like I fell off the wagon and then back on. So I started the 21-day fix in January. Around January, I'm down about 30 pounds so far, and I feel the best I've felt in years. So that's why I decided to become a coach, so I could also help others and share this with other people that are potentially missing out on their opportunity to feel healthy again as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I think, we got more people. Okay.
No problem.
All right, next, Caitlin, you are on my screen next, so your turn.
I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. It's the first time talking on this.
Come on down.
I am Caitlin. I signed up through Denny, and I have been doing the 21-day fix a couple of times now. I won't lie, I did slide a couple of the times, but this one here, I am set. I don't want to slide off of any of them anymore. I have a wedding in October that is coming up. I am also a new mom. She is only 8 months old, and she's keeping me very busy. Sorry that I look like hell right now. I just came back from camping for 3 days and trying to get things going here, but I have done Beachbody a couple times. I have done Beachbody Slim and 6 multiple years ago, and that one was really good as well, and I did really like that one. I am loving the 21-day fix right now and all the other times, because I just found that it was so easy to go through and work with. And I was doing Weight Watchers before, and I found that sometimes I notice that it's kind of along the same path. So I like that part, that I can still get to eat a lot of foods, and I just get to pick better ideas and choices and everything else. I am a brand new coach. I have only had one person actually buy something through me so far. But the funny thing is, just before I went on this call, I was contacted by another friend of mine that wants to know a little bit more about it. So I told her I'm going to have to talk to her after these calls that I go through. And Denny, I'll probably need your help with that.
No problem. I'm here.
Sounds great. I live in Windsor, and I think that's pretty much about it. If any other questions, let me know.
Awesome. Thank you. Very nice.
Good job.
And next I have Archer. I want to say Archer. Is that how you pronounce it?
Arthur.
Okay, Arthur. Sorry about that.
It's cool. Okay, so can you hear me? Okay, cool. So I was always athletic, and about 5 years ago I got married, had 2 kids, and kind of forgot about my health and fitness. So slipped, went from weighing about 150 all the way up to 200. Just been busy, work, family, kids, and I work at it's funny, every time I tell somebody I work for Mars Chocolate. So there's ice cream, chocolate all over the office. The whole air smells with chocolate. So that's how I got to 200 pounds. And I had kind of a wake-up call in December when the doctor tried to put me on cholesterol medicine. And for me being as young as I am, I didn't think that's a good path I'm heading. So that was kind of my wake up call, and I'm still busy. I don't have time for the gym. So Beachbody kind of, the first program I did was Insanity, and now I'm doing a 21-day fix. I like the portion controls, teaching me how to eat. I stay away from
Screen sharing.
Oh, it took me out somehow.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Sorry
still
about
on. Yes, I've been a coach for maybe a month and a half, and I'm still trying to figure everything out, doing as much of learning as I can and reaching out to people for help.
Awesome. Thank you.
that.
We have one more person that just joined. Stacy, I believe that's you, correct? Stacy.
Whoever's on the phone, 574.
It's me. Yeah, it's Stacy. I had my phone muted. Sorry.
Just go ahead and do a quick introduction and just introduce yourself to the group, you know, why you became a coach, if you have another job, if you have kids, you know, just let the group know who you are.
So I started Beachbody in January, and I am a mother of three. I work at a hospital, and I have a second job cleaning at a office. And let's see. So I started becoming a coach just to get the discount, but then now I'm kind of trying to work more towards maybe bring in more income to help with other things. And eventually, when life tries to slow down, I might try to get rid of my cleaning job, but that's going to be a while. Was there anything else?
Tell everyone how much weight you've lost.
So in January, when I first started, I was 193, and by the middle of March, I was down to 154. I'm still at 154, and I'm starting another round of 21-day fix as of today. So I'm hoping to do 10 pounds in this round. So that's a total of 45.
Woohoo! So, earlier, Stacy, you missed that part that I said I've never been able to say I've almost helped someone lose 50 pounds. Well, Stacy is that person. So it's
Yep.
proud. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And I think that is it. I think we've reached everyone. All right, perfect. So now that we've done introduction, the first thing that I kind of want to talk about is like expectations of that's weird. Do you guys see me? I still see like Stacy on there. Am I on the screen?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay. Just for a second. Okay, that's weird. I just see, okay, whatever. All right. So I just want to kind of talk about expectations of the group. So, you know, as a new group or as a new coach in Coach Basics, you know, depending on what your goals are and how fast you want to move in the company is going to depend on what you want to do, you know, as far as action steps. So it's something that a lot of coaches talk to, like their personally sponsored coaches, you know, we want to help. We want to go at the pace that you want to go. If you guys want to walk and, you know, go at a slow pace and move your business slowly, great. Your coach is going to be there to move slowly with you. If you want to run, they're going to run. If you want to sprint, they're going to sprint. So your coach is going to match the effort that you're going to put in to becoming an active coach. So with that being said, to be successful, you have to do the action steps. You know, we love when people get on the calls. That's first and foremost a very important step. But, you know, you can get on the calls and still not go anywhere with your business. So if you guys do want to go somewhere with this business, which I hope you all do because you're all here tonight, then that means, you know, get on the calls, watch the daily videos. There's an action step in each video. Do the action step. You know, you got to be doing all these little steps to get to the bigger picture of moving your business forward. And it's definitely possible. I mean, I started off, granted it was a part-time job, but I'm pretty much a stay-at-home mom by myself. So I am busy and I have a lot on my plate, but I wanted this. So I made it happen. And, it's kind of, what do you want? What are your goals? Some of the things that we're going to talk about in the first week is a why and having a deep connection to this business. I will be honest, I didn't really have a connection to having a why and why it was important until recently. So I kind of want to talk about like my personal aha moment. When I came into the business, this is my passion. Fitness is my passion. I've been into fitness since I was like in high school. So I had the drive and motivation without having that strong why. And recently I just got into a slump. I just didn't feel motivated. I didn't feel inspired. And then it hit me like, oh my gosh, like I quit my job. Like, I got to make this work. I can't just sit on my butt. Like, I got to get back out there. I got to do things. My why is to be a family and be home and have my kids know that they have a secure family, with a mother and a father that are home together to be together. And, I didn't have that working. I had to work on my husband's off days so that we didn't have to have daycare. And so my why was to have a good, solid family unit. And that is what pushes me through the hard times. In this business, you're going to go up and down. You're going to have awesome weeks. You're going to have slow weeks. You're going to get overwhelmed, and then you're going to feel like you're on top of the world. I mean, you're going to go up and down for the first few months. So, kind of be prepared for that. But we're here to help. And having that strong why is going to get you through those hard times. When you hit a wall, when you hear no's coming at you left and right, when you post on Facebook, and your family members are like, what are you doing? Like, you got to fight to push through that and to stay focused, because this business has so much opportunity. I recently was listening to videos, and network marketing, which is what we are doing. Denny, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I say it was the second highest?
Number one.
Number one?
I think it was the number one
So
income earner. Yeah.
So this, what we do, a network marketing company, it's the number one way to get the most income. It's the highest paying type of job out there. So
This is unlimited. There's no cap.
Yeah. So the potential in this business is ginormous. I mean, it's amazing. So you put in the effort, you do your homework, you show up to these calls, you do the action steps. It's going to pay you back tenfold. So you're going to get out of this business what you put into it. Denny, do you have anything to kind of add to that and expectations?
I think, like you said, doing the video, it's one video a day, 2 to 3 minutes long. Those are the beginning steps, but also in the back office, under training, they've changed it since I was in there. It's so simple to go in and, look around and find the information you need. Your business activity tracker is like a daily checklist. I had to print everything off for myself in the beginning because I'm kind of like a pen to paper, old school. But I have it in my book, and then I can see it and it jogs your memory. Okay, you need to do this. You need to do a little checklist. So, leave yourself to-do list, get your business activity printed out. And one more thing, getting out of your comfort zone. I don't know if we were going to cover that tonight, but in this business, no?
Oh, go.
Oh, okay. You have to get out of your comfort zone because nothing's going to happen. You're sitting at home and you're all nice and quiet. People aren't going to call you and say, hey, you know what? I'd really like to buy stuff from you. You have to get out and you have to ask people. You have to talk to people. And it's totally out of my comfort zone. I started doing videos now, slowly, the call. But each time you get out of your comfort zone, you're like, wow, I just did that. And it gets easier and you get better at it. So don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone.
Very true. Denny referenced the business activity tracker. So for anyone that's like, what is that?
Yeah.
Wish I could screen share. But
I can do it. I think I can do it.
Okay, Denny's going to try and bring up the business activity tracker because as a new coach, knowing where to start, sometimes what do I do first? I'm so excited, but what do I do first? So the business activity tracker, I'm just going to start going over it while she,
Did I do it? Did I do it? See, I'm not even tech savvy. I just did that.
There you go. So there are 3 vital behaviors in this business. Just 3 things that you guys need to do to be successful. That's it. And those vital behaviors are invite, invite, invite. And there's 3 types of invites. We'll go over that. So invite, invite, invite. Be proof the product works, which from our introductions, you guys all are. So done. Just keep at it. And then personal development, which many will say is actually the most important and easiest to skip. So what I love about this business is that, Nick, what did you just hold up? Oh, you got, there you go. Nick's all over it. Slight edge. All right. All right. So personal development, very important, because what I like about the company is that, you know, it's helping you to change from the inside out. Does it work on the physical? Yes. But it also changes you and it makes you strive to be a better person from the inside out. And I love that. And that's what personal development does. And personal development is also going to help you during those tough times. You're going to need that to get you out of your slumps. Anytime that I'm struggling with the business, Denny is my success partner. You know, recently I came to her with an issue and she was like, personal development, like it helps. It really, really does. My coach, Jamie, well, she could talk about that all night about how much personal development, it really does make a difference. So very, very important. The compound effect, I believe, is in the Coach Basics groups. If not,
It is. Well, it's in Team Aloha for sure.
It's in Coach Basics.
Okay. It's a very great, easy one. You know, you can just listen to the audio while you're working out. You don't ever need to like sit down specifically to do personal development. A great time to do it is when you're doing just mundane tasks. You know, when you're getting ready in the morning,
Ironing, showering, vacuuming, walking the dog, garbage. Like I could go on forever. I always have it on. I have my kids are at school. I have my headset on and my phone in my pocket, and I just listen to it. And it just takes your mind off, especially when you're doing monotonous things like ironing. Yes, I do iron.
But yeah, so definitely pair that with a mundane task and just get it done, fit it in your schedule somewhere. So we'll just kind of go through the daily activity tracker. So be proof the product works. You know, drink Shakeology, work out. You got to do these things. You know, I was recently listening to a video and they kind of did it with like a car salesman. Like if you went to a car salesman and he's telling you all the bells and whistles of this great car that you should be driving. And then you say, oh, well, great. You know, do you drive this type of car? And they're like, well,
No.
but you should. I mean, are you going to buy the car? No. You know, so you got to be proof the product works. You can't be trying to sell something to someone if you don't truly believe in it yourself. So if you guys aren't on Shakeology, I highly suggest getting on it. I was reluctant to do it at first because I'm like, I don't need Shakeology, whatever, I'm in good shape. And then I drank it finally, and I was like kicking myself that I wasn't on it prior. And I find it much easier to sell because I can share what it's done for me. So be proof the product works. Personal development is second on the list. We already talked about that. Stay connected. That's kind of, you know, what I went over as far as what we expect of you. You know, stay connected, show up to the calls. Like this is a job. You know, it's hopefully not just a hobby, but you guys want to go somewhere with this business. You got to treat it like a business. You know, many of you talked about a job that you have. You know, would you choose to show up to work tomorrow, or do you go to work because it's your job? So you got to treat this like a real business because it is a real business. And when it's treated like it is, you can go far. So show up to those calls, you know, post on Facebook like is going to be suggested. The national wake-up calls, do all of the action steps that are in Coach Basics, hands down, if you want to get the most out of it. Social media, 3 posts per day. You don't really have to doing 3 posts per day. You know, if you're a person that's not really into Facebook or trying to get back into it, or Instagram or whatever, and you're like, well, that's kind of uncomfortable for me, start off slow. The posts are to be, I think they say like 80-20, you know, 80% your personal life, family, you know, stuff that's important to you. And then 20% about, you know, working out. You don't ever want to blast and vomit Beachbody, because people just have in their heads what they think it is. And if they see, you know, Beachbody 21-day fix, then they automatically just shut down. So I highly suggest that when you do want to post like about your workouts or about your meal plan, that you say those types of words, meal plan, workout,
Mm-hmm.
boot camp, you got to kind of, I don't know.
I think you can say like 21 Day Fix if you're doing it. I don't think you want to yell from the rooftops, hey, I'm a coach and I'm doing the 21 Day Fix, but say, hey, I'm doing the 21 Day Fix and I've lost, 15 pounds. I feel amazing. Stuff like that. You can talk about your authentic journey through the program. Right? You agree, Steph?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't blast, and I did this in the beginning too. I put
So did I.
/Stephanie Kaufman on everything. I realized that you don't want to do that. And just to quickly go into posts, when you do post and somebody's like, well, what is that? I always say, I will personally message you, because you want people to come to you and ask those questions, and you don't want somebody else to just see the answer. You want them to ask too. So I will always say, I will personally message you, and then I personally message them. And that's how I deal with Facebook posts. New contacts, getting 2 to 5 people new every day. That is something that I will admit I didn't start off doing. So it's suggested that, you friend 2 new people a day, go to your friends and find common friends that you're not friends with and send out a request. If you send out too many requests and people are denying you, you're going to be put in like Facebook jail. So you don't want to do that too often. But like I live in a newer neighborhood, and I'll see people pop up like suggested friends, and we have like 15 friends in common because we live in the same neighborhood. So those are good people to, start friending. Usually somebody will look and see what common friends you have in common. And if you have a good amount, they'll just automatically friend, accept your friend request. So that's a good way to build your friends and build the audience that's seeing what you're doing. Next are the invites. So in the beginning, I said that there's 3 vital behaviors. The first one is invite, invite, invite. So you are inviting people to a conversation, inviting them to a challenge group, or inviting them to this coaching opportunity. So as far as the first invite, inviting them to a conversation, this business is built around relationships. So you never want to start off being like, hey, I just became a Beachbody coach. Would you like to talk about it? Because they're going to be like, no. You don't ever want to sell someone. You're sharing what's working for you with someone else. But first and foremost, you got to form a relationship. You got to get them to, care about what you're saying. And you want to build trust with a person. So first and foremost, you're just saying, like, hey, what's going on? And you will eventually wrap it back around to fitness and share with them, what's working for you, and see if that's something that, they would like to partake in. So that's the first invite. Once you have that relationship built, then you want to talk about inviting to your challenge groups. So that's the second invite. And then, depending on where the conversation's going, like I talked to somebody today about 21 Day Fix, and she's a stay-at-home mom and she is into fitness. And so I was like, I invited her to a challenge group, but at the same time, I was like, well, you're into fitness. Like, would you like, I don't know. I just asked a bunch of questions, and it turns out that she's actually interested in the business opportunity too. So I did 2 of the invites. So inviting is key. I started off in the middle of the month and hit Success Club 18 in like the first 15 days because I invited my butt off. If you are doing the invites, hands down, you will hit Success Club. And that is the ultimate goal, because that will pay for your shakes. If you're not ready to take on the business full force, let's at least get your own stuff paid for. So invite, invite, invite. I can't stress that enough. If you are inviting 2 people a day and you're still not hitting Success Club, then there's a disconnect somewhere, and you can definitely talk to your coach about that, because if you're doing the work and you're not getting the results, then we need to work on that and look at what you're doing. But if you are doing these 3 vital behaviors, hands down, you're going to be successful. Like, there's no way you won't. So it's as simple as that. Denny, do you have anything to add?
I was going to say, go through your contact list, and we haven't touched on that yet, but in the training academy, there's a contact list, or just write out every single name of people that and go through and, invite them. But if they say no doesn't mean no, not ever. It means not now. And I've really experienced a lot of that. So many people said no, and then they watch through Facebook. They watch, they don't comment, they don't like. And then all of a sudden they're like, I'm really interested in the 21 Day Fix or whatever program you're on. So no does not mean no. It means not now. Just remember that. And they're always watching your posts.
Yeah, I've had countless people that have contacted me because they've been curious as to what it is that I've been posting about. And it's people that have never commented on anything.
Yeah.
The discount now that's on her, she started off with 21 Day Fix and she just bought 21 Day Fix Extreme and she was one of those people. Something also want to stress is patience. I know sometimes you get going with a conversation and it's like a lot of back and forth, and then all of a sudden the person like disappears and you're like, what's going on? Be patient. Life gets in the way. Not everybody is like as gung-ho about Beachbody as we are. And so
They're not?
they're not getting right back to you. It doesn't mean that they're not interested. If a couple days go by, yes, I would probably check back in and be like, hey, how are things going, and see what happened to them. But, definitely be patient, because I know that was something I struggled with in the beginning. I wanted instantly to start a conversation and then seal the deal by the end of the day. And that doesn't always happen. Sometimes it will, but sometimes it might take a couple weeks. Sometimes it might take a month. But this is why you are always starting a new conversation. And speaking of conversations, the 5-step process, if you guys don't have that or know what it is, definitely look into that. Ask your coach and get that. The 5-step process is so important. The 5 steps are, starting a conversation. And if you guys are like, well, how do I even start a conversation? The easiest way is to look on Facebook, see what a recent post of someone that you want to talk to is. And then if they posted a picture of their kids, you can be like, hey, Sandy, oh my gosh, I saw that picture that you posted today. Your kids are getting so big. They look so cute. How are things going with you guys? Boom, conversation started right there. So that's the first step. Second step is, once you can wrap it around to fitness, what are their needs? What's going on in their life? How can you help them?
And if you let them talk, people love to talk about themselves. Just listen. They will tell you what they want eventually.
Yeah.
That's key. Just listen. They want to tell you their story.
So definitely ask questions. Ask all the questions you can think of, and that's step 2. Finding the reason, finding their why. Why do they need Beachbody? And ask a ton of questions. Third step process is sharing a third-party tool. The 2 tools that I use are Ever Feel Like This. It's a great Beachbody introduction tool to what it is that we do, the challenge, the process. I always use that one. And then I will also send the 21 Day Fix. So I first talk about the Ever Feel Like This video. I say, what did you like best about the video? And I will guide the conversation depending on how they answer. So if they say, oh, I like that you guys have a challenge group, great, I go in that direction. If they say, well, I like that the workouts are short, great, I go in that direction. But I always ask, what did you like best? And then I'll kind of talk about the 21 Day Fix. I personally always recommend that program first. I got this from Marissa because most people struggle with the nutrition component. So that's going to be the program that you want them to do. Plus, it's quick results. It's 3 weeks. It's quick results. And that's what people want. If they're doing a 60-day program and it's taking 60 days to see results, they're going to, I don't know, they might fall off the wagon. So
For sure.
talk about that. And then the 4th step, I actually don't know the 4th and 5th step by heart, but basically it's kind of closing the deal basically between the 4th and 5th step. But steps 1, 2, and 3 are the most important. So if you don't know what those steps are, definitely look into it. Marissa in Team Aloha has full back and forth conversations. So, if you're wondering how to move the conversation along, there's definitely samples that you can look at. So 5-step, very easy to follow. There's no guesswork.
I still use the 5-step process pretty much word for word from the printed off sheets in the back. I stick with that. It's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just follow those steps and you'll be successful.
Yes, 100% agree. Are there any just questions in general that any of you newer coaches have, things that are, are you out there talking to people, or just any questions that you guys have that you would want to ask? Anyone? No? No one has questions?
Boy, we're good. We covered every.
Sweet. So you guys are all going to go out and hit Success Club this week. Woo!
Yay!
Krista, is there anything that you feel like we didn't hit?
I'm sorry, I had a question.
All right. Go, Nick.
How is it that you deal with, and it may have been listed somewhere in the overcoming objections and things like that. I haven't got. There's so much material I haven't gotten to all of it yet to learn and train. How do you typically deal with somebody who you've been speaking with about the program and you've been forming and working through the 5 steps, and it had already gotten to the conversation about Beachbody? And then it seemed like there was a lull in the conversation. And then suddenly you see them start to post that they're on the program and they're connected to a different coach. How is it that do you just basically ignore like it didn't happen? Or do you so far what I've done is I've continued to support and be a rah-rah coaching type person or whatever. But I thought it was kind of odd and a little bit disingenuous to not mention that they'd already been in contact with somebody else or they had somebody else in mind. And I just wondered if you've ever come up with that situation and how you reacted with it going forward.
I have, but not to another coach. They've bought from the website. And I'll still put them in my challenge group because then they end up loving the environment and, liking me. And a lot of times they'll just switch over. And in order for them to do another challenge group with me, I ask them to change to me as their coach if their coach is not active, like if they were just assigned somebody. But I tell them to go to their coach first.
This is not somebody who I think they're going to switch off of, honestly.
They know them or something?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how well the relationship is. I don't know how deep the relationship is, but the coach is an extremely, extremely successful coach. I'm not going to drop names or draw anything in there, but I promise you that if I said the person's name, you would all know who it is. And I just thought that it was kind of odd when where I'm going with this is the whole, it's not no, it's a not now.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty much like a no. You know what I mean?
That might be a no.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to check and see. And I didn't want to make a big point out of it. I thought I would never probably bring it up unless the person brought it up with me. But I don't know. We'll see.
If this is me personally, but if they're under a different coach, I would wish them well, but I personally wouldn't be, saying like, hey, come into my challenge group and stuff like that because they signed under a different coach. So.
Oh, I definitely am not doing anything about poaching. I'm not bringing that up. I just want to be still a supportive, we're friends. We're former classmates. I'm not going to abandon somebody over something like that. You know what I mean? Just like, this is supposed to be built on relationships and we're supposed to be wanting to help people. And I would like to think that the financial aspect of it is the bonus when helping people works out. And I don't put it the other way around. And so if I really believe that, if I can still help somebody, even though it doesn't make me any money, I shouldn't hold back just because I didn't get any money from it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not going to stick my neck out and go, over and above, but.
I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. That's just my opinion.
Well, okay, so this is a little bit of a different situation, and this girl's on there, so she's going to probably kill me. But the situation I came across was Caitlin, my coach, got a hold of me and wanted to do the challenge group, but she didn't buy anything from me. She already had gotten the 21 Day Fix from somebody else. She got it. So I was like, okay, you know what? She didn't have a coach. She didn't buy it online. And she's like, I'd like to do the challenge group. She needed the accountability. And I said, you know what? Why not? I am here to help people. It doesn't make me have any extra work. I put her in the challenge group. She loved it. And now she went and bought the 21 Day Fix challenge pack through me and is a coach. So just by helping her, she signed on as a coach. So you
But
never know.
I guess
That leads me into something else, actually, that was another similar situation to what you just brought up.
Right.
I had somebody actually ask me after they found out that I was starting in the 21 Day Fix program, ask me if they could see the instruction booklet, the meal plans and things like that, just to take a look at it. And after I was like, well, why are you asking me this? That's weird. You know what I mean? We can talk about it if you want. It's like, no, I just wanted to see it. And apparently it's somebody that they knew in another state. They had gotten them to send them some kind of pirated or copied version of the discs on a thumb drive. And she didn't understand what anything was about and didn't know what to do. And just wanted to basically like complete her collection of everything for free. And so, I mean, I was trying to be not rude, but I was like, no, I'm not going to give it to you. If you really wanted, go and steal it that way, then that's your business. But I said, you're really not getting much out of it if you're just doing the exercise programs. And I thought maybe at a later point I might bring up like, hey, how about joining a Team Beachbody or some kind of a group so that maybe you do get some kind of a support and accountability, and try and like back her in that way. But I thought that was like two weird situations right in the beginning. I didn't even know what to do. They were so not on the training materials, obvious situations.
back to the first one, I've helped a lot of people that have, bought a program online or, they have another coach they've never even talked to their other coach and they don't even know the person. And I've put them in challenge groups. I've had them switch their coach over and, they've purchased challenge packs from me and went on to be coaches. But if I knew that someone had a relationship with their coach, and I knew that they were never going to switch, then I wouldn't spend my time supporting them because while, yes, we are about helping people, we are also trying to build a business because if we just were about helping people for free all the time, then we wouldn't be Beachbody coaches. We would just go out and do it for free. Mm-hmm. So there's really no sense in giving support to someone that, for a fact will never, be on your team, or you would never even try to steal them from that person because they know that person and they're with that person and they signed up with them. But there are a lot of people out there that have coaches assigned to them that have never even spoken to their coach, or they went with a coach 2 years ago and maybe that person isn't even a coach anymore, or that coach isn't active anymore. They're not running challenge groups anymore. In that case, then yeah, it's totally fair game. But if it's someone that's got an active coach, I wouldn't spend my time supporting them because then you're taking your job right now is to find people in your life that need your support. So if you're giving it to somebody that already has it, then you're taking valuable time away from the people that actually really do need your help.
I agree. That's kind of somebody that has a legit coach. It's not that you're not doing your job anymore. Yes, we are here to help people, but they chose to sign up with another coach. So that coach is going to help them and should be helping them, and if they're not getting that support and they're coming to you saying well, I'm not in challenge groups. I want to be in a challenge group. Then I would talk about well, if you're not getting the support that you want from your coach, then I would talk about switching them over. But if they're not going to switch over, I definitely wouldn't be putting my effort into that person because you have more, you have people that are signing up under you and you should be taking care of them.
Exactly.
As far as the booth copy, I'll say, I ran into a situation where I sold, I had talked to someone, I formed them, I did all this stuff. And then she literally came to me and said, so I went on eBay and I see that I can get 21 Day for $54. And she was like, so that's cheaper than what you're telling me. And I was like, for $6 more, you get me as a coach and you get all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. I will take someone that has bootleg copies, but I didn't take her only because, and this is my personal opinion, I told her everything and for $6 more, she would have had my support, but she was literally letting me know that she was going to go somewhere else to buy it and then still wanted my support. So to me,
she was gaming you.
Yeah, I was like, bye-bye. But if I come across someone and they were like, well, I actually have 21 Day Fix, but I've never used it, bring them right in. I will take them in. If I know that they had it, I don't even care if they were like, well, I have a bootleg copy. I've always wanted to try it. I'll take them in. me, that's different than me giving you all the information and then you going off and finding it a bootleg copy somehow.
Mhm.
And with that said, you know, when you're reaching out and you're starting new conversations, if somebody does say, yeah, I've done 21-day fix, always ask, awesome, do you have a coach?
Mhm.
Not have a coach, or even if they bought it on beachbody.com and they were assigned a coach, they may have no relationship with them, like what Marissa was saying. So always ask.
One thing, we're going to have to go because we're going to have the team call. But one thing that you guys didn't talk about that I want to say really quick is events. Get yourself to events. I don't know if you really talked about that. You kind of touched on that. So there's Summit, which is annually, and it's in July. And I know that I've stressed it with my coaches, and I'm going to stress it with you guys too. If you want to be a successful coach, you have to do what successful coaches do. Successful coaches go to Coach Summit. It's only once a year. Whatever you have to do, clear your schedule and be there. There's no, it's like a non-negotiable. As far as that, if for whatever reason, I know it's like around the corner in July, if you can't make it to that, definitely get to a Super Saturday. It's going to be the weekend of July 25th and 26th, and they're all over the United States. They're locally and they're everywhere. So definitely get to a Super Saturday because you want to get plugged in, not just to our team, as many resources as you can. I could never teach everything that you could learn at Summit ever, like by doing calls. It's kind of like Stephanie would never have had the same, I couldn't have explained to her what happened in Cancun. She had to experience it for herself. And that's the same thing with Summit. And the things that you're going to learn there are not only going to be good for your business, they're going to be good for your life. They're invaluable. And whatever you have to do, we scrape your money together. You know, if you need somebody to stay with, we'll find you somebody to stay with. But if you want to be successful, you have to do what successful coaches do. And successful coaches go to Summit. That's my little soapbox.
Successful coaches also invite every day. They do their homework. They do
3 vital behaviors.
What'd you say?
The 3 vital behaviors. They do the 3 vital behaviors every single day. That's all they do. It's very simple. But if you don't do those, you can expect that you're not going to be a successful coach. And every day, I'm saying every day, at least 2 people a day.
And one last thing.
Linda's going to invite 5 people a day. We had our call today and she thinks 2 is not enough. She's going to invite 5. Okay. So like she just signed up 2 weeks ago.
You go, girl.
Realize is that these packages can be separated.
Go to sleep. Go to bed, please.
Some people, you know, they say like, I can afford that all at once. Well, then you. Who's not muted and has like a.
That was Denny.
Okay.
It's,
So you don't have to sell 21-day with Shakeology. If somebody can't afford it, I will suggest, well, do you want to just start off with 21-day and it's $60? On demand, 30-day, free.
if you've exhausted all options, challenge pack, and they're really insistent on not doing the challenge pack, you don't just go like, okay, yeah, okay. Like you got to like try to handle their objection first. And then, yeah, definitely.
And they're on sale this month.
Yeah.
So that was something my coaches didn't realize. So I just want to make sure people do realize it can be broken up because my coaches were like, they thought it was all or nothing.
And if somebody's going to buy Shakeology, then you always have them just get the challenge pack that's $140. They're pretty much going to spend $140 anyway. Never just have them buy Shakeology. There's always a challenge pack on sale for $140. PyYo, Combat, 21-day fix now, Beachbody on demand, like, always try to get them to go for the challenge pack because it's, it's better solution for them, higher commission for you, and then SC points. And it's the best deal, really, for the customer. It really is. On that note, it's 9 o'clock, so I hope you guys join us for the Instagram training with Kelly. She's going to talk about how to run your business through Instagram and how to create that in your downline. Because obviously, what you're doing is great, but if it's not duplicating in your downline, then you're also not building yourself a solid residual income. So I'll see you guys in a few. Thanks. Awesome job, Steph. Johnny, good job.
Thanks.